donor fund? That's a question that I'd like the board members who are here to get the next few days that is donor funding still reliable? Picture that in the next 5 years. That's number one. Number two, I really love the community fund. You really have a lot of opportunities. Let me just give an example from your presentation. Allow me to quote. You started with 11 members, right? 11 members. And today you are 27. That means you are in the group, you are in the trajectory of hope. So if that is the how are you leveraging on that opportunity? Across the globe, media is recognized as events. It is what we have to do. Of course, we have the same own that the private own. And in some countries, actually, they support themselves. And when I look at your membership, I think there are opportunities for sustainability. Maybe you have reflected on it in the previous, but now is the time really to revisit and see and have this stand also. Secondly, is on the issue of technology. You know, the executive director mentioned that also you're the chair. Very few media sources or I would say platforms. I mean, very few. It's not very few forms of it. So I think again it's good to recognize that technology is us and it is even changing. That we are talking about maybe will be something else in the next 20 years, something else will emerge. So as this is a strategy, I think it's good to I see that you're in the sector, electronic libraries. And I think nowadays you see that many young people are also making money through they're becoming self-journalists and sharing very innovative sources of information. So as you discuss, again, that is an area that we need to leverage on and take opportunity because it's part of life and we cannot really ignore it. As NCA, Amdiss has been a source of resource. We are really, benefited from the students that we are producing here. We have an internship program for young graduates from universities or colleges, and Amdiss as a source of that. We are really benefiting from the students. We have onboarded some of them in NCA and very committed young people, young ladies. The internship is only for young ladies. And I can see the room in some forums you go and find very few ladies. I think Amdiss, is really, you are moving very fast towards gender. Equality, and I can see it is a balance of perception. And this is the face of the society. Our society is made of women, it's made of young women, it's made of men. So when we come to meetings like this, it should reflect the face of the society, and this is an embodiment of that. What this is promoting. So, in conclusion, I'd like to urge you and encourage you that you are sitting on a huge gold mine. You really have the potential to be the media force, the media strongest media have, just as you are projecting a strong Amdiss. You have the potential, you have the capacity, you have all the resources and it takes to transform you to be the most dependent media network in South Sudan. So with those few remarks and on behalf of NCA, I would want to take this opportunity and wish you very fruitful and successful patients as you set the future for Amdiss in South Sudan.
Thank you so much, Michael. I think he needs another hand clap. Wonderful. Thank you so much for the pieces of advice you have given to Amdiss and also for the recommendation. I'm sure our secretary has taken note of that. Sure, action. Allow me now to invite another state representative. Uh, for the state representative, another request from the NTK. Now we have the Norwegian standing strongly to support the media. Yeah, so allow me to welcome Jacob Atten to come and give a remark on behalf of thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Irene. And I will also draft the protocol silently, and all the protocol is there. Thank you very much for attending this important function. My thanks appreciation and thanks to Andy for observing this traditional of holding annual general assembly every year. This notion mostly all the time renew the commitment of any organization and progress. So I appreciate your commitment in doing this general assembly. My name is Jacob Atem. I work for Norwegian People State. I'm the media rights coordinator. And all of you that are on the media will be interacting every day. I came with my colleague, Joyce McCabe. She sits at the far head. She is the project officer for media rights also. At MPA, our role in the media is important, but we are not the one making it. We leave it to the national media organization to play it. What we do is to support you with the equipment that you need, with some of the financial resources that you need. As you say, you are in a very challenging situation. We are aware in the last year, 8-year meeting, I know there were many partners around here, but now we only have 3 partners that are present in this 8-year meeting. That means we've lost a lot of funding due to the USA. But please, that also call now for a call for a lot of thinking outside of it, especially for the media organization. We, as Aya said, this AGM was supposed to happen in March every year during March, but also we had issues since we are the one sole partners of this. We were able to get small funding that we are now sustaining all of you in April, and that means March was lost. That is when we committed that you can still do it, but not in March as usual. So at that period, we are still committed to supporting media, civil society in the country, because we know without different voices that talks from people that also advocate on the rights of people, uh, democracy that we are talking about cannot be achieved. So we will continue supporting you as Norwegian People Aid. The message from my boss, the bank director, who was supposed to come to another meeting, is that NPA is committed to support the meeting. How small it is may be inadequate, but we will consistently support you. May not be much, but we will always be with you. So from now up to 2029, MP has a commitment of supporting few, few of you, not all of you, but few of you. And the best thing is all of you are members of Amdiss. So whatever support that comes from Amdiss, you should feel it in a way. For example, the strategic plan that we present, you should also take your portion as Amdiss partners of what you can implement. I see there's a lot of money that has been planned, $1.9 million. I hope it is dollars, not pounds. $1.9 million. Amdiss may not generate that alone, but if each of you get some money and implement the portion of the strategic plan at your radio station, then Amdiss has also attained that. So it is important that you are members of Amdiss and you are also contributing to the plans of Amdiss, because Amdiss is also you. I appreciate that very, very much for maintaining this space. Aya was right. Coming to Amdiss here, somebody would think this is an international organization. Because at the end, you are not having spaces like this. So it's a big thing to actually for doing that, and we continue to tell you, continue to support us. Your support is much, much greater than what we who are giving living are doing. Yours is really, really very much than what we do. So continue to do that. With this few remarks, I appreciate your attendance. I also wish you a successful celebration, charting the next way forward for our future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jacob. And I wish the chair will have time to also send a word of appreciation to the country director and CA. Thank you so much for your support. It has enabled us to be here. And so thank you so much, Michael. We want to connect.
Yes, all the best.
Yeah, so now we are going to give all the partners to speak. And then if they wish, they can stay around to listen to the two other state representatives. So allow me to welcome introduction from JICA to say a few remarks.
Thank you so much, Irene. I also respect home. My name is Mudu Dixon, Yabul Officer in charge of media support South Sudan. As chair of South Sudan. We are very grateful for receiving the invitation to attend this AGM. Our chief representative really loved to be here, but in March, the government of Japan raised the security level of Juba, and then all the Japanese were moved back to Japan. So right now, the national staffs are one running the office in Juba, and the Japanese staffs are working remotely in Tokyo. So when I said, well, so the invitation program, chief representative said I should come and attend and share his message to people today. He expressed that China is continuously committed towards the development of the media sector in South Sudan. Movement of the media is very having listened to the presentations about the strategic plan, and then the situational analysis is really very impressive. And at this point, I want to request that with this presentation can be shared with me, so I can also forward to our stakeholders for them to see how much they can contribute to support this. The government of Japan approved a new project, media sector, the Ministry of Information, Communication Technology and Postal Service. The project is called Promotion of Access to Information through Stronger Media and Journalism across South Sudan. This new project, the idea of China to provide access to information within the political support. We get the government to support this idea, and then the whole idea becomes very easy. So in this project, we have three components. And one of the components is developing a media strategy. Can be a media strategy or media policy for the Ministry of ICT. And then number two component is sustainability for media institutions in South Sudan. This media project will also be providing trainings, opportunities, media, be it community media, be it private media, how we can sustain ourselves. And then the third component is strengthening the media coordinating bodies. Media street coordinating body, how can we strengthen so we can work together, communicate and collaborate. So because the Japanese are not South Sudan at the moment, China is planning a survey to discuss with all media stakeholders in South Sudan. And because of the movement restrictions for the Japanese, we are planning to have this in the neighboring countries, could be Ethiopia, Uganda, or Kenya. So a lot of you are going to be receiving invitation to travel to Uganda, so we can have detailed planning, detailed discussions on the components of sustainability, on the components of strengthening the media communication body. This is all. Chief Representative has asked me to share with you, and thank you so much. I will be attending, including the two state presentations. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Guru. It is so encouraging want us to share the strategic plan with people so that we can share with your stakeholders. That is really so encouraging. Thank you so much for that. Allow me now to invite the next state member who is to make a presentation for 5 minutes. And let us stick to the time, please. 5 minutes. Welcome, Asota from Miami Airport.
Yes.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm Asota from Miami Airport. I'm the producer of the Forums. I'm so grateful to be in one of these meeting to share some stuff and basic radio station, the radio community. I will be presenting the challenge that have been TRC, the radio community on a society level. TRC will support road finance, related road in the center of community, of the community providing appropriate fair, independent, violence, and reliable news and information to remote communities in local language they understand. TRC present 5 radio community-based FM station across South Sudan with likely audience of 1 billion people, Mayadic FM with, sorry, Mayadic FM, which is one of TRC radio programming coverage areas targeting audience, young women, girls, youth, men, and elderly people with available programs on health, education, peace, security, including livelihood, GPP to promote awareness around some those issues has been continuously operating since it established in November 2009. It covered Warab State, Will Northern Baltazar, Ruwen, Alongside area, Albia, Wow, Western Baltazar, and Yamti State, some part of Mayon County. The broadcast coverage is 100 kilometers. With this Mayati FM, I shape my own peace, especially the conflict between the two communities, Albia and Creek. Mayati FM play a great role by bringing both communities' voice to talk the challenges during the conflict, by bringing women, those who have been affected mostly, to talk the challenges of the issues that are affecting the community so that their voice can be heard. With this program through Mayari FM, these two communities that are having conflict between, they are united. They are now calling each other on radio program, meeting each other, which is one of the great achievements that is radio and the community. Other thing, this radio is also play a great role by giving information whereby some humanitarian agencies can get verify information to respond in the issues that are also affecting the community, like people are being displaced by conflict, IDP, and returnees, then they will be able to support them with their needs. Also, the ratio is also creating awareness to the community on conflict outbreak which is going on in the area and is the only image source of information, verified information whereby people can get access to what is going on in South Sudan. On civic engagement also, livelihood and other programs are also being done in the area for the people to get information. Coming to situation that facing media outlets in the state, financial is one of the biggest issue, especially in the radio community. In January this year, our radio is affected by funding. We don't have funding, and that has affected the work. Which likely if it continue without partners supporting it, it may affect the work and the staff they may leave their jobs and go for better for other jobs so that they can also support their families. Also, if it happens, the radio is not working, it may majority in South Sudan are back to darkness. As I pick in rural areas or in the villages, people they believe on radio by using their smartphones, radio to get information. They are those who don't have access on social media, and sometimes some information in social media are not verified. So it's only the radio that can give accurate information to the community. Way forward, to make it short, I request our partners to facilitate our activities, including staff salaries, fuel, backup generator, and maintenance of station, capacity building for staff, and also a request to the partners, if there is a way also they can also provide a small radio also to the most vulnerable community so that they can also be part of getting information. They can listen to radio. There are also most vulnerable people that they cannot also afford this small radio so that they can also listen. It's also important if there is support also be included so that everybody can get information on livelihood, civic engagement, and also Sudan constitution making process and convention of other species, which are also our heritage of Sudan. These are a few remarks that I can say. Some have been mentioned by the colleague, and I'm very happy that some of the partners are here so that they can get our voice. We in the state, we think that our voice are not heard, but it's so good that today I'm here so that I can talk directly with them that are facing the radio station in the state. And these challenges are the same to others radio stations which are not here. We are being affected the same. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Amsunta, for the wonderful presentation. And I just want to also give you good news for the request about the radio set. Amdiss has received the support from USA, and that is the final support that we have received is the radio set. So actually, when you will be going back, you are going with some radio set for your listening. And not only you, all the board members who came from the states, you will be going back with radio set. We have over 1,600 radio sets that we have received from USA. And the final goodbye in support. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we have one last thing. Amadi, don't worry, we will give you time.
Let me say hi again to the team. I'm Aban Christopher. I'm the director of Sot Al Mahaba in Malacca. Let me start with the introduction about the radio station in Malacca in Upper Nile. We have 3 radio stations in Upper Nile plus 1 receiver radio. That's one of the right. We have Sot Al Mahaba, which is working in town. Then we have 9SM, it's working in Hub. Then we have Voice of Peace in Maban. So in Upper Nile, we have 4 radio plus the one of Miraya. Let me start with the achievement. We have only 3 achievements. We are calling it achievement for those who know the situation of Malakal or those who know the situation of Upper Nile. Upper Nile is a part of the South Sudan state, but they have separate conditions. One of our achievements is radio Sultan Mahaba is reaching 5 to 6 counties from 13 counties. Is now covering 6 counties. This is what we are calling it achievement because it's not easy with our situation in Malacca. Then the second achievement is the broadcasting time from 7 to 7. We used to start from 7 morning, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. is one of achievement because during the time what we reopened the station in 2022, the station used to work for 3 hours or 4 hours because of security issue in Malacca. Then we take a step. After a year, we'll add 2 hours, 1 hour until we reach from 7 to 7. Is one of the good news for us in Upper Nile, especially in Malacca town. Then the second one is playing a good role or a big role for peace and reconciliation among the community. As we know, the nature of Malacca or the Upper Nile. Upper Nile, I don't know if there is some people, those who don't know the situation in Upper Nile, but Upper Nile is have some communities issues as we have been hearing from some media houses. This is only 3 achievements. Our challenges, some of them, like the other challenge from the from my colleagues who present their challenges. The issue of equipment is an issue. When you see my computer, they have almost 4 years when since we started the station. So, which means all our equipment they have more than 4 years. Some of them was already expired. Issue of fund and the issue of project is the same challenges. Then issue of training for the journalists, those who are working in the station or those who are working in Upper Nile, including the other radio station. So it is the same lack of training. Then issue of covering, because we are now running the station with the 5 county to 6 county. Then the other counties we are not reaching it. We are not reaching it, and they are sometimes requesting from us why did some radio cutting other counties out from the areas which they are now covering by the station. It is a challenge to us. Issue of insecurity state is the bigger issue as we are follow up the history of that side of Nasser last time and the issue of Pangak up to this time and some security issue within the state. Yeah, it is a challenge. Then issue of fuel in Upper Nile is not easy because we are now getting fuel from Cuba. And as we know, the river way is not working. Now people are using fly. So it is one of the issues. Plus the issue of taxation within the state by itself. Your fuel will start tax from the airport up to the area what you are now going to using it, because there is something like complication there in the state. The fuel can be taxed more than 5 units because the mayor council have performed, those of taxes have performed, the revenue authority have performed a lot of forms, more than 5 forms in one issue. Then we have an issue of lack of advertisement from the companies or the one of PSA. Even the companies of communication, those who are working inside of Malakal, they don't have PSA in that side. They're not even playing that one. It can support the station or they can support the radios. Issue of generators, like in Southern Mahaba, we are using a solar system. While that system is a bit okay because we are using hybrid system, but they need to be supported by the generator. Because as we are in rain season, we used to be careful because the station will go off. If there is not, if the rain continue for 3 days or 4 days, which means the batteries can go off. Wherever the battery go off, the station will be off until the battery change. Then issue of broadcasting technician engineering, something like the engineer, those who can repair some broadcasting machines in Upper Nile. If there is something happen like this in one of the stations, so it can be an issue. Like if it happens, we have to call the technician from Cuba. Then we don't apply daily basis. Sometimes we can have a flight after 3 days or after 4 days. So the station will be off until the communication will finish, until we can get the flight, and the technician will come by himself to make observation on the case. If that one will be over him, it can be referred back to Juba. So it is not something easy, it can happen. And it was happened one day in some of the stations. The last one is the issue of getting information. Is an issue by himself in Upper Nile. As we know the situation of Malakal, we start to interact or to cut that issue out, but it's not easy by the government because before 3 months or 2 months ago, for the government, they come with the idea because government doesn't have the radio in Upper Nile, especially in Malakal, and the one who is in Malakal town is Sultan Mahaba. They came to us and they say, let us make an agreement on supporting community or support the government activities to be broadcast in your station. So we are still on the process because we told them they have to write official letter. That letter it can be shared by the owner till we will agree with them together. So let me come to the recommendation. The recommendation is we have one recommendation to Amdiss. For the Amdiss, we need Amdiss to support the station with some computers and some recorders and even to train someone or 1 or 2 staff in engineering broadcasting department to avoid issue of lack of engineering broadcasting in the state. So this is what I can recommend. And the last one is the radio must reach all the radio must reach all the borders of the state. It is said to work in some counties and to cut other counties out of the coverage. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Malakal, representative from Voice of Love. Thank you so much for all the highlights of the achievement of Voice of Love and also the challenges that you have shared and the request to Amdiss, which we are going to look into it. I cannot promise now, but we are going to look into it. I believe that it is not only the Voice of Love that is facing, it was cross-cutting some of those challenges. I would like now to invite Mary to come and give her remarks. And then after that, we will go for lunch.
Yeah, but we listen to it. The representatives of NPA, and Joyce Markel, the representative of JICA, Udu, Honorable Stephen, Honorable Vega, any other person in the high-ranking position that I have not recognized, and the honorable board members of Amdiss. We are sitting here today not for usual business, because the AGM for Amdiss, as far as I know, has never been the usual business. There has been a place where you seek to refrain the media that you want to see. Yeah. It has been a place where you seek and set strategies on how you can reclaim and improve the media landscape in our country. And a place to challenge the authorities to do better in terms of media freedom and freedom of expression. I'm saying this because Amdiss, since its establishment in 2003, and then I later joined in 2016 and 2021, have always been at the heart of first establishing the media. And we have a number of media institutions who are sitting here today that Amdiss in one way or the other have contributed to the establishment, whether media houses, media institutions. And two, championing the policy change and also the enactment of the legal framework. The issue of policy change and the legal framework is not yet done. Even the establishment of the media houses and media institutions has not yet been done. We could even have 500 people listening to one radio station. Why not? The only Juba can have. See, when I was in Nairobi, a small space like this is a whole radio station, not the whole book. And we need to adopt these strategies of simple machines that we can have more voices. And this brings me to the question of competition. I always say it is too early to compete. Why would you compete over the bonds? Yeah? Or we have not even seen any bonds yet, because the real resources for supporting the media will come when the democratic activities like elections start. In the land where millions of voters lying around to support the media, political parties coming to drive us, to cover their programs, that is the time. But the time we are in now, and established. So please, Amdiss, I would encourage you to expand
continue lobbying for the expansion of the membership. Why not have all the community media houses as part of Amdiss? Private media houses as part of Amdiss. Continue with the traditional partnership with SSBC because they need your support. Yes, I wanted to highlight and finally to talk about my presentation. As DHR, I was interested in State's presentation because DHR is planning to conduct trainings in the state, and actually this month we're starting with the lead. So it was an opportunity for media landscape, those areas, to prepare us on how we actually conduct the training. This is in line with the project we are business information and any speech, and actually the role of media countering the number of you who are here, you as media managers already participated in some of the trainings and activities done. So I look forward to cooperating and collaborating with you, especially Lillian, now that we started to read, I will reach out to you. The next location will be wow. So we'll have both training for the government officials and training for the journalists. This is to strengthen working relationship with the journalists and government officials. The other activity we are doing, which I also see the representatives of media houses here, is the story basket. This is still ongoing. Please encourage your journalists to apply for the story bursaries. For those who have already submitted their pitches, support them successfully. So these are some of the areas I wanted to highlight. We'll have more activities with us and be able to reach out Amdiss. And the last recommendation to Amdiss that keep the board together. Keep the founding members of the board in touch with the secretariat. And every single member of Amdiss still has a board to play. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mary. We are always glad to have you, given that you have been the chair of Amdiss.
What about group of
Okay. We can call them tomorrow. Okay, let us have their Thank you. It's now time for lunch. I know it's still we are just from the breakfast, but let us go for lunch so that we can also exercise and stretch our legs. Then we will come back and start with the minutes of the previous meeting. Hi, so some of us will not come back. Is the historical photo?
Let's do it today. So,
To do backup one.
Yeah, you guys just listen. It's really good. That one is also Well, let's see. Aiga. Yes, okay. But now, nine six, and I want to. And I'm going. Let me give you the red one. Yes. And. Yeah, right. You want it? Yeah. It's not for a reason to worry. Oh, yes. No, we don't have a stand up run. Why, like,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know. Ana Canberra.
Yes, Mr. Shine. Yeah. Very white.